I want to keep in mind, let me soften up this part here a little bit. I want to keep in mind that the Mons Pubis, the Mound of Venus, as they call it, is an area here just above the female genitalia here, right? Which is a little bit rounded, right? I mean, it can be different shapes or sizes. It really depends on the level of, individual differences, also the level of fitness of the individual. Yeah? But there's an area here that is kind of protrude just above the genitalia, which are going to be here, right? So now, at this level here, now I might be able to see the glutei here, not necessarily here, but the glutei, probably I see them from here, right? So these are the glutei, right? And I know now where they, I'm going to use a darker pencil as I build up this area here, right? So I really like these color pencil because these are the Polychromos by Faber-Castell. They are really good because they are hard. They're not soft as other pencils. They permit you to create fairly good detail. Okay, so all right. So now here I have the external oblique right here, like this. Iliac spine here, genitals here, right? And then I want to consider now that at this level here, right, from the iliac spine, going down diagonally across the thigh, there is the Sartorius muscle. Sartorius muscle will divide the group of the adductors, which are here now. This is the group of the adductors, right? And the group of the quadriceps muscle that are going to be here. So Sartorius, adductors, quadriceps. The quadriceps will develop from just below the iliac spine down and the femur down toward the knee like this as a specific big volume. These are the extensor of the leg, and at the center of this there is the rectus femoris, right? And on this side the vastus lateralis and the vastus medialis. I'm not going to get too much into this detail now. So Sartorius therefore starts from, Sartorius is the longest muscle of the body, I think, I'm pretty sure actually, and thin, and again, as I said, divide the group of the quadriceps from the group of the adductors. Next to the Sartorius, have a muscle that goes diagonally the other way, but it's much shorter than the Sartorius, and it's a tensor fasciae latae, right? So this muscle in here, sometimes is visible, sometimes it's not. It's kind of a beautiful, subtle muscle, right? So that's a gluteus medius, right? Tensor fasciae latae. I find that putting in these lines of section helps in describing very well the volume and direction of the muscle, right? So likewise, so from here maybe I should block in also a little bit of the knee, right? So this is the leg, right? This is going to be probably now, let's get the leg a little bit extended like that, right? I hope you can see it. I should be able to see it. I got a funky light today, so it should be visible, yeah. So now here, what I have this is the knee, right? The knee is here. On the tibia here, just below the knee, that's where the Sartorius goes, here. So I will have here a division, right, of the muscle of the thigh, the main group of the muscle of the thigh here, that created, basically visualized by the Sartorius muscle, right? So thinner. So now, Sartorius, right? Gluteus medius here, right? And then tensor fasciae lata that disappears on the other side here, right? Just barely visible. And now this is the inguinal ligament, right? That is basically marking the end of the abdomen. The inguinal ligament is a tendinous structure that goes from the anterior superior iliac spine to the pubic bone. So now this is the thing. Here I have, so at this point here, the section of the leg will be specific like this, out and in. So there is somewhat a little bit of a depression in here, right? So up, straight, out, and in. See that? Here, like this. Because what happens here, and also here clearly, what happens here, I have this group, muscle group in here, which is clearly defined, and another muscle group in here. And in between, I have somehow a little bit of the depression, right? So this depression here, in this depression here, with good approximation, I will find the Pectineus here, right? So the Pectineus, see where it goes? It goes to just the level of the top of the genitals at the pubic bone. And just here, right? Just here at the top, right next to the Pectineus muscle, which goes toward the bottom part of the trochanter. I have now a thick tendon here, like this, right? Just above the level of the genitals, like that, right? So here is the volume of the adductors that develop, really big and round. And here is that tendon, right? So actually, let me soften up this one here because it's getting too... So this is a prominent tendon at this level here, right? Very visible. This portion here, I have the iliopsoas, right? And I'll leave it alone for now. But this volume here is the volume of the adductors group, right? So maybe I see the glutea here, who knows, right? Okay, so now at this level here, I want you to do the same thing on this side in here. And let me see. Starting from the top, just above the genitals here, I have a sharp tendon like this, right? So this sharp tendon in here is again the tendon of the adductors, right? The tendon of the adductors. So it will widen up in here like this, widen up in here like this, right? So I'm going to try to work Sartorius and adductors together, keeping in mind that in here, this level here, I have this triangular depression in here like this, right? Here, like that. And of course, this is the flayed figure, right? So if I then put the flesh and the fat on top of it, all these depressions are not going to be as visible. They tend to be a little bit filled with fat, not just here, but also, let's say here, right? The hips here like that. You tend to have a little bit of fat in here. Well, you know, a little bit, depend, you know. And here, you know,